Mic check 1 2. It's your boy DJ Mike CEEZE coming at you one more again live, straight from the underground, the show. And if you didn't know, this is a movement, y'all. And today down here in the lab, I got my man Shakka is in the house. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my man?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you feel today?
I'm blessed.
Blessed.
Yes.
That's right. All right. How you liking this weather out here, dog?
Man, this is Cleveland for you. It is what it is.
What it is, right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for coming down to the show. You know, we're going to get right into it. You know, I came across this gentleman doing the show at the Synopsis on the west side, you know, and I seen he was a very, very energetic young man. And I had to just, you know, get inside his head when I seen it slow because he was, you know, doing the lightweight R&B, but it was kind of on the jazzy side, so I had to get at him. And speaking of which, there's a movement you're involved with, and it's called Black Phoenix Movement. Tell me about that.
The Black Phoenix Movement is a strategy and a philosophy that allows us to, as struggling class Americans and independent artists, utilize the same strategy to establish a spiritual link with one another, centralize our resources, and pay forward whatever it is, whatever our skill set is, whatever our passion is, to be able to establish a product, to be able to establish our own foundation. And that's something that would allow us to evolve to a higher socioeconomic level, a higher spiritual level, and you know, a higher integrity in terms of cultural identity in America.
Okay. Now, you do a lot of different types of styles of music. You know, jazz. You do a little hip hop. You do poetry too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So how long have you been writing? Let's say that.
For as long as I've been reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was one thing when I read like the little bio that you have on your little MySpace page or whatever, and you know, when I started reading, you was explaining, saying exactly what the movement was, and I seen, saying you had a lot of spiritual references, when you were talking, and I was just wondering, is that something that, is that a big part of you when you are writing a piece?
Definitely. I mean, ultimately, we were spiritual beings before we were human beings, okay? And we're going to evolve back into the spiritual realm, but in this meanwhile, this is where it's at, and I use my words very spiritually because what existed first was the word, right? You understand? So, and that was instruction, and right now, that's what I utilize my craft for, is to reiterate that instruction, so that we can see, the roles and the lanes that we're supposed to be in, just based on, a righteous design.
Okay. Now, your musical influences, John Coltrane, I read some of them, was it Roy Ayers, who turned you on to them?
My pops, primarily.
Okay.
My pops. I remember, this is funny, back when I was young, like 4 or 5 years old, I remember my pops used to have his house over on 93rd in Orleans, and he used to throw basement parties. And he was the one be spinning the wax and whatnot. Okay. So everybody from George Benson, Stevie, and a lot of the obscure stuff from back in the day, but what really, the voices that I really phased into more were the messengers.
Okay.
So everybody from Stevie and Donnie and Marvin and Earth, Wind and Fire, Roy Ayers.
Right.
Okay.
Right. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you got a couple of projects, or you're with your movement. What is it that you want people to get from that? Because you are a messenger with your music. So, as a whole, what would be, the message and the stuff that you're really trying to, get people to understand?
We either down for each other or we keep each other down. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. When you wake up in the morning, understand that if you don't got your own plan, you're subjected to somebody else's. And there's two prominent plans.
What's up?
Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's two prominent plans that's out here, two agendas that when you wake up, you either on one or the other, and that's either God's agenda or man's agenda.
Right.
God's agenda is peace, man's agenda is politics. Sometimes you gotta move politically to find peace, but with man's agenda, we ain't bound to nothing ethical or moralistic towards each other. With man's agenda, everything goes. So when you understand how to identify both, just be on the right one.
All right. You got any projects coming out soon? I know you already got a project out, Dime Bag of Soul. Talk about that right quick.
Dime Bag of Soul is basically a compilation of all the works that I feel the world needs today. It's 13 hot tracks. The only way that you get the Dime Bag of Soul is coming out and supporting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the only way that you get the Dime Bag. Working on some things right now.
Okay.
BlackPhoenixTimes.com is a site.
Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Get some more knowledge, you know what I'm saying, about what's going on with the movement, you know what I'm saying? Enlighten yourself, grab some knowledge, you know.
Right on. That's BlackPhoenixTimes.com, BlackPhoenixTimes.com. So you go on that site, become a part of the community. Where was I going with that? Everything that's going on with the movement, everything that's going on with the music behind the movement is going to be posted on Black Phoenix Times. Anybody who wants to come on as a resource or a recipient, it doesn't cost anything to get involved. It doesn't cost anything to become a member. Put your profile up, let people know what your skill set is, what your passion is, and it's all about connecting the dots. Exactly.
Okay, right. All right, well, we want to thank my man Shakka for coming down here to the lab here on the show. And we're going to continue this movement right here because my man Shakka is going to go do that hot performance that we always do as we keep it hot, grizzly, whatever how you want to put it. So for the moment, y'all stay tuned. This is DJ Mike CEEZE, straight from the underground, the show. Holla back at your boy. Peace.